let me pick up or where I left off at. So anyway, to move forward, you have to learn how to let go of any situation that you're in with your husband. You have to call on God. You got to call on God. And I want to say, some people on here don't believe in God. You have to call on a higher power, whichever that person you praise and you pray. You have to call on them, and you have to go into meditation to forgive your husband. It's sometimes to forgive yourself, because in the Bible it tells us to forgive another person. You have to let go of the past, and you have to learn how to appreciate you and appreciate yourself. A lot of these women on here, a lot of women on here, they lost. They lost. They lost, and they don't know what to do. And the best advice I can tell you guys is to call on God. If you don't believe in God, call on a higher power. Whatever person you believe in, that's what you have to do. And you have to go into a meditation mode. But you can never let the past go if you don't want to move forward. You have to move forward. You have to let the past go to move forward in your relationships. Another thing. Let me focus this in. So, another thing I wanted to read to you guys that was posted up. Happiness is when you feel good about yourself without the need for anyone else's approval. So if you're in a relationship with someone and you're not happy with yourself, how you going to feel good about yourself if you're not happy with yourself? You can never feel good about yourself, and you can never feel good about the other person. It's deeper than what they're saying. Happiness is when you feel good about yourself without the need for anyone else's approval. So what that is saying is you have to love yourself. Let me get this focus up. You have to, let me focus in. You have to feel good about yourself before you can move on in your relationship. You have to forgive that other person. So when someone like your husband and your fiance, someone is cheating on you and you don't know what to do, this is when you call onto the higher power and you go into meditation mode. You go into meditation mode and you ask God for that other person forgiveness, and forgive yourself, and to move forward in that relationship. You cannot move forward in any relationship unless you let the past go. To move forward, you have to let the past go. Happiness is when you feel good about yourself and you don't need no one's approval to feel good about yourself. Some people feel, I don't feel good about myself. My husband cheated on me. Is it something I did? You didn't do nothing, because he's still coming back to you. It's people go out and have flings all the time. And if they're still coming back to you, that's telling yourself that you are doing something. It's something that you have. You're doing something right. It's something that you have that the other person might not have. Flings are flings. Let's keep it real. A wife is forever. A relationship, somebody that you care about, that you love deeply, is forever. It's something that you might do that the other person might not do. For your husband to keep coming back to you, it can be anything, and it don't have to be a materialistic thing at all either. It can be something about your heart, the way you look into his eyes, something about you. It can be your personality. It can be your heart. Some people have a beautiful heart. It don't always have to be about materialistic things, things you see with the eye. It can be inside your heart. That's what I'm saying. Why he keep coming back to me? Why he keep cheating on me? I hear a lot of women saying that, but you have to just listen to what I just said. It's something within you that your husband keep coming back to you. It could be anything in conversation. It don't have to be materialistic things or things you see with the eye. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it, ladies. I'm talking to somebody today. And I want y'all to share this message with your wife. I really do. I want you to share this message with your wives because I'm talking to somebody right now on what I've seen. On what I've seen. Just experiences in life. You have to learn how to forgive your husband. At any cost, that's what you have to do. It's your responsibility as a wife. And it's your job as a wife to forgive your husband. You cannot move on from the past unless you have forgiveness in your heart. So remember what I said today. To move on from the past, you have to find forgiveness in your heart. This is time to go into meditation, and this is time to pray. If you have to go and do some yoga, but this is not time to kick your husband out the house. This is not the time to kick your husband out the house, to throw his clothes out, to yell and scream at your husband, because that's not how you handle yourself as a lady. It's time to forgive and move on if you want to have a happy relationship, because nobody's relationship is perfect. People work on things. You can get along. Some things you might not like what your husband do. Some things your husband might not like what you do, but your husband loves you. And I want y'all to know that. I'm talking to somebody today. I want you guys to know that he loves you. I'm not promoting people to go out there and fornicate and have sex and cheat. I'm not promoting that. I'm promoting people to learn how to forgive. Forgive your husband. As a job, as a woman, is to forgive. As a wife, it's your job to learn how to forgive. It says it in the Bible. Happiness is when you feel good about yourself without need for anyone's approval. So if you love yourself, you can't worry about what your husband did in the past. You have to learn how to let go and move forward so you can have a healthy start in 2020. I just want to say, learn how to meditate before I close this out. Learn how to pray, meditate with your husband, do yoga with your husband. It's things your husband might like that you don't like, but try new things. Try new things with your husband. You know, y'all going to the baseball games. Certain things you might not like about your wife. Things you might not go to the basketball game, baseball games with your husband. Do things with each other. But learn how to forgive, ladies. There's some good men out here. It really is. It's some really good, strong men out there. So, as your job, like I said before I close this out, I want to say, people are stuck in the past. Y'all will never learn how to move forward as a woman if you don't let the past go. But you have to find happiness inside so you can feel good about yourself. You don't need nobody else's approval for that. So you guys have to really dedicate your time and your energy with faith overrules everything, and put God first. And if you don't believe in God, just like I said, you can go to a higher power. Whatever your religion is, it's time to go into meditation mode and learn how to forgive your husband. Any cost, at any price, at any cost, it's your job to learn how to forgive your husband. Your relationship as a fiance is to learn how to forgive and let the past go. If you don't learn how to forgive, you would never, ever, ever let go. Stop beating up these men out here for what you think they did, what you saw them doing. A lot of these women be going through these men's phones. That's not your job, and that's not your place as a wife to go through nobody's phone. Your place as a wife is to take care of home. I'm old school, and I'm going to continue to be old school because that works. That works. That works for me. It might not work for everybody, but it's your job as a woman to forgive and to let go. I'm closing out this video. I want to thank you guys for listening, for watching. And remember what I said. Happiness is when you feel good about yourself without the need for anyone else's approval. So don't be stuck in the past. Let that go for 2020. Let it go. What your husband did to you, what your husband did to you, let it go. And I want to say thank y'all for watching. Continue to be thankful. Pray. Thank y'all for watching.